What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez. My good friend Joey Franchise is on vacation in Puerto Rico. I hope he's enjoying his vacation, and we'll see. Maybe he'll join us later. And of course, I'm waiting for my good friend Tarek Lewis to join us here on the live show. Thank you so much for supporting Checkpoint XP and also this podcast, Geek Culture Congress. Thank you so much for all your support. And, man, let's get into it, man. Since I got no co-hosts, let's just get into the news. New scoops, ladies and gentlemen. New scoops from Mikey Sutton. The great insider gave us an exclusive, and then he published it on his website this weekend. So we're getting to talk about it right now. Michael B. Jordan in talks right now to be the next Green Lantern, ladies and gentlemen. We are super excited. And there's my good friend Tarek Lewis. Tarek, what up?
What's up, man? I'm on vacation, so
No, it's okay.
I'm on the front for
Yeah?
everybody.
You on vacation?
Yeah, I'm on vacation, dog.
Oh man, you don't have to join, man. We could have done a quickie.
No. I want to talk to the people.
All right, good. I'm glad. So, where are you at? Undisclosed location, or everybody knows?
I'm at my house, dog. But if you come over this neighborhood, it's gonna be dangerous. It's dangerous for me. I don't feel safe, even where I live. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh man,
I don't know what people think about this podcast.
let's run that right back. So, scoop with Michael B. Jordan, Green Lantern. Apparently, he is interested, or Warner Brothers is interested in him. And Tarek Lewis, you say that the black delegation is torn, is divided 50-50, kind of like our politics right now,
A
huh?
little split on that, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the feeling? What's the
Well,
point of
it's
contention?
Killmonger, and Killmonger ended up becoming a kind of a hero
Yeah, yeah,
for the black delegation, and they're like, well, if he's Green Lantern, what's he gonna be? But I think watching Creed, I think Creed, the character he played as Creed, is a
right.
perfect fit for, um, Green Lantern. And there were rumors before that Common was going to be Green Lantern
Right.
years ago. I don't know
Mm.
if you remember that. Like, oh, Common should be Green Lantern. But man, it's really we're running out of roles for African American actors in Marvel.
Yeah.
Like Chiwetel's is already Mordru.
Mm.
Mordru, I think is his name
That's right.
in Doctor Strange.
That's right.
Yeah. We know that the dude from Lovecraft Country, he's going to be Kang.
Right.
We know that another character is already Black Manta.
Yes.
We already have Anthony Mackie is Falcon, aka Captain America. We know Don Cheadle is Iron War Machine. So we're running out of roles for like these known actors to do, and eventually you're just gonna have to get to new actors and put them in roles. But like how many are left? We already have a television version of what is it? Cloak and Dagger. We have a television version of Cloak.
Right.
So, Michael B. Jordan, his character was killed off. I think he'd make a great Green Lantern, as far as I'm concerned.
I know some people were team Tyrese for this role.
Yeah, pause. I am in the Tyrese.
Yeah.
Tyrese is a great singer,
Yeah.
and I love him in the Fast and Furious. But to anchor a franchise, we're talking about anchoring a
Right.
franchise.
Well,
I believe that if DC did Green Lantern and they did it well, it would be a franchise.
Right.
There's so many Green Lantern stories. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's Red Lanterns, there's Yellow Lanterns, there's
Yeah, I mean,
so many
there's a
Green
lot of
Lantern
lore.
stories.
There's a lot of lore in the
Yeah,
Lantern lore. You know, what I mean, it's
yeah. I think that
plenty of stories to tell.
yeah, there's so many. So I think that Michael B. Jordan will be well suited.
Well, let's read the actual. Let's see. Warner Brothers doesn't like Green Lantern. No, not the character, but the 2011 box office bust starring Ryan Reynolds. And
Yeah,
yada. But there's supposed to be a rebooted movie with Hal Jordan, but that never took flight. Instead, producer Greg Berlanti grabbed it for HBO Max and his stream platform. So, I know you're not a fan of the CW, and that's Greg Berlanti stuff. You think he's just gonna do more of what he wants to do on the HBO Max properties, and this is gonna be like a different. It's gonna be maybe a little bit more, a little bit bigger budget, a little bit better, um,
No,
effects and stuff like that. But
people like you keep CW in business, and as
I
long as
haven't
there's
been watching it lately. I tapped out. I tapped out after
yeah, but
Crisis.
you've already given the numbers. Like you've already given it. Like whatever you're watching now is because you watched before,
Yeah,
and
I guess.
it's partially your fault.
I do
And
plan to come back eventually. I
yeah,
haven't.
you see
I
what I'm
haven't.
saying? Like so they're gonna keep doing what they're doing.
Hmm,
But it doesn't mean that they're not good at it. It means
right.
that it's network television and it's a CW and there's certain limitations. Now, can this dude make movies?
Mm,
A movie's a different story because you have a bigger budget for one movie than you do for 12 episodes of television.
right.
So, and I'll be honest, I was recently, I'm like, we're Geek Culture Congress, so we can say this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, I was watching like, the reality of superpowers, and they were going through super speed, and I was like, okay, let me just go back and watch some Flash episodes. And I watched Godspeed and Nora and
Yeah.
all these other people, and I'm like, man, there's a lot they can do with the Speed Force thing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And there's so many abilities they can do with the Speed Force, and so many things they can do with Superman, and so many things they can do with Wonder Woman and her universe, because she's really her own universe. So there's a lot they can do.
Oh yeah, I mean there's stories for days, especially with just the source material. I mean,
Yeah.
and they can, it's there's no lack of depth to any of the characters really.
Yeah.
I think
But
there's-
unfortunately, corny people like you just watch anything they do. You watch Legends of Tomorrow, and you're like, good show. And they're like, okay.
Legends is
let's keep doing
okay.
Legends.
Actually, Legends of course is the weakest show, I think.
It's awful.
And it does have bad moments. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree.
Bad moments, you mean like seasons.
Yeah, it's got some seasons that are kind of like, it hangs on for dear life, to keep people engaged. I guess when you're bored, you know what I mean? And yeah, you flashing us, bro? Then you really on vacation.
I'm just not at it. I
okay.
realized. It's like, sure.
It's okay. It's okay. We're adult contemporary here, okay?
No, we're not that adult.
Man. So you're how do you feel, Michael B. Jordan? First episode's about to drop. How does Tarek feel before you watch?
I like the casting.
Yeah.
I like the casting. I want to see Michael. I want to see Michael B. Jordan as a mainstay in a franchise.
I think.
And understand, I'm a fan of The Wire, so I've been watching Michael B. Jordan since he was like 12.
Wow.
Doing. I don't mean that in like a weird Michael Jackson way. I mean like
okay.
as like a fan of acting.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I had to clarify. When he was Wallace on The Wire.
Right.
So, okay, and then Chronicle was one of my favorite. I don't know, call Chronicle a superhero movie, but a science
Chronicle's
fiction
cool.
movie.
Definitely science fiction. It's great.
Chronicle was one of my favorites, and that's where I was really first introduced to Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
I'm like, these guys. I love it. So I want to see him as a mainstay, and of course his performance is Killmonger. I want to see him as a mainstay in a franchise.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you saw me online recently, Speedy, but I went back and watched Fantastic Four, the Foxx version.
Oh man, I'm sorry you did
And I did, but better than I thought.
Really?
Yeah.
I think if anything that's really bad, I think everything has a silver lining, I guess, or you could see where there could have been some greatness. You know what I mean?
It's one of those situations where it came out in the middle of a lot of good comic book films.
Right.
And it was definitely the worst of all those.
So you think that they held them up, in comparison? Should it?
It became, it was definitely the worst of all those.
Right.
But not awful. Like, not awful at all. Like, when I watched it again, I was like, this is not bad. It's just, when Civil War is coming out, or Days of Future Past, or, when those movies are coming out, it doesn't hold up. But on its own, it's not bad.
Well, I'm excited. I just I hope it goes through and we get to see some Lantern done justice in live action, especially on a platform where it's going to be episodial and they could really go in depth and expand on the character. You know what I mean?
But do we need that though? Like, because remember they had the Green Lantern cartoon,
the animated the Justice League animated series.
Justice League animated, but they had a Green Lantern
I
cartoon
think
off.
a long time ago. I think in the 70s.
No. Like in the 2000s, like 2012.
Really? Oh. I know there was some animated movie. I think there was an animated movie.
No, it was a show. It was a Green Lantern show.
Mm.
And it was on Cartoon Network.
Quite possible.
Green Lantern, the animated series. I can't believe you don't remember it.
I don't remember it. Yeah, I don't know.
You got DC Universe. I mean, you probably have it illegally, but you have it.
Let's talk about my illegal activities live on the show, okay? Anybody who's watching the live show, by the way, if you feel like chiming in and dropping a comment, I'm watching the chat room, so if you want to say anything about what we're talking about and chime in on the Congress, that's what it is for you guys to talk. I'm going to share my
screen if you allow me.
Yeah, absolutely.
To show you the screen. Like, I can't believe you don't remember the show, but I can't share my screen right now.
Why not?
I don't have privileges, Speedy. You holding on to privileges.
Let's see here. I don't know how to give you privileges. Let's see.
Make me a fucking administrator.
I don't know. I don't know how to do this like that. I'm being cheap. Okay, I'm using my. That's probably why. Because I need professional. I need to pay for a professional. And sorry, it's not gonna happen. But no, not right now.
There's a Green Lantern animated series, and it was on Cartoon Network, and it was really good.
Okay. Dope. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see where it goes, man. I mean,
2012's Green Lantern animated series on Cartoon Network. Yeah.
Excellent. I think I think they can't fail. I mean, especially with that kind of casting. I mean, unless.
No, yeah, they absolutely can fail. What do you mean? What are you saying? We've seen them fail.
I'm being optimistic, Tarek. I'm being optimistic for them. Okay. All right.
What are you talking about?
I'm wishing the best. Okay, wishing the best.
They absolutely can't fail. We've seen them do it.
Yeah, I know. You're absolutely right. But I hope it is done well. Let's put it that way. Of course, anyone who wants to check in on the comments, go ahead and let us know how you feel about Michael B. Jordan quite possibly being the next Green Lantern live action HBO Max series. And talking about more live action, going to now the MCU, Deadpool versus Taskmaster. How you feel about that? We're going to get the Taskmaster introduction when we finally get to see Black Widow next year. Do you believe there's enough lore there to connect them and to make something fun and exciting?
Deadpool whooped Taskmaster's ass.
Yeah, absolutely. But, we want to see that around live action, right?
No. Like, Deadpool is like fighting Wolverine, Hulk, Sabretooth. He whooped Taskmaster's ass.
Well, apparently he will enter the MCU rudely. They are quite possibly going to be. Let's see here. Ignore the clickbait claiming that Marvel Studios is shelving Deadpool, tossing him into attic like a hidden porn stash of shame. Deadpool is coming. Kevin Feige is going to jump the gun on any project for the sake of being impatient. By the way, this is a Mikey Sutton scoop, by the way, on his website, geekositymag.com. While no screenwriters or directors are attached to Deadpool 3 yet, the creative engines are beginning to rev up. Feige plans the directions of his characters months or years in advance. You don't arrive at Endgame without mapping it from the beginning, point A to point Z. Where Deadpool will end up remains to be seen, as development is early. Nevertheless, sources tell me that Taskmaster will meet and fight Deadpool in his first MCU movie. And it will be the beginning of a twisted friendship between the two, something that is going to evolve throughout the franchise. Interesting.
Don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He already developed this weird friendship between Cable and Deadpool.
Yeah, yes.
Now, I know that's in the Marvel films.
Right.
I'm sorry, in the Fox films. Right. But I would argue that the shining star of the Fox films is Deadpool.
Definitely. I would agree with you.
There's no blight on Deadpool.
And I would say
Fox
a second runner-up will be the Logan interpretation of,
yeah, I
Hugh
mean,
Jackman's
Fox
Logan.
has good films,
Yeah,
but Deadpool has no bad record.
right.
So now you're gonna throw in Taskmaster. Like we don't know if Taskmaster is gonna work because I think Taskmaster is he not the villain in Black Widow?
He is. So we're gonna get our first introduction to that character through that
So
movie.
you got a motherfucker from the '80s or '90s, and now you're trying to bring him into Deadpool area. I understand. You want to integrate everybody, but like, nah.
As long as it's a good story told and it's entertaining, I guess
It's a
I'm
good story
there.
told doesn't mean it. But you have plenty of villains. Like we got Baron Zemo, who didn't die. We didn't really get a whole lot of Baron Zemo.
Apparently we're gonna get Baron Zemo though in the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you still have this whole. We haven't seen what's the dude, man, who he touches things, and he takes the abilities of the thing he touches.
I don't know.
You ever had like the
drawing a blank.
Lords of Evil?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Lords of Evil, or whatever they're called. Like
The Lords of Evil and Absorbing Man.
Absorbing Man. Yeah, we haven't had Absorbing Man.
Absorbing
like,
Man.
do some other villains. Yeah,
no, they definitely have some record. They could do the record. Those characters don't have many dimensions to them, though. You know what I mean? Absorbing Man is very similar to the, as far as like an antagonist. He's very similar to the Crimson Dynamo for Iron Man. You know what I mean? He just
like Rhino for
Rhino
Spider-Man.
for Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? They're not, they're kind of like thugs. There for a better word. Yeah. Like superpowers for hire. You know what I mean?
Until they do Doctor Doom, no one's gonna be happy.
Yeah, that's true. But that's coming. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. So hang on to your MCU hats. Hugh Jackman.
Listen,
talking about
MCU. Sony MCU made Vulture.
Yeah.
Who was, in my opinion, is a weak Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, it made him interesting.
I think Vulture seemed cool as hell.
For a whole 2-hour and plus movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Michael Keaton, man. That's the acting chops, right? You got to be able to put it together, right?
I'm never gonna get those roles. I understand. My head's
come
with
on, bro. Don't say that. Don't ever say that.
No, you know.
Hugh Jackman. Well, talk about people trying to get rid of roles. Hugh Jackman may not be done, at least in the MCU. In September 2019, Mikey Sutton reported in the private Geekosity Facebook page that Marvel Studios was developing Hulk vs. Wolverine film, or more specifically, a Wolverine movie where he fights the Hulk, since Universal owns old Greenskin's solo film rights. Then he leaked that the Marvel Studios wanted Hugh Jackman to reprise his role as Logan, not just for the team up with the Hulk, but in an upcoming Deadpool movie where they can cash in on the Jackman-Ryan Reynolds social media brothers teasing, and finally put it on the silver screen. Because I guess in social media they've been, having some banter. Yeah, there's some banter, some fun banter. YouTuber Grace Randolph, I don't know who that is, but recently reported that she's also heard Feige wants Jackman back as Wolverine. Via Cosmic Book News, Randolph stated, "I've also heard that Feige is talking to Sony about making your dreams come true and having Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield come back to unite the Spider-Man, Batman, Flash style, which we're going to talk about. We've talked about multiple times here. We're going to talk about some more because we got some more things to talk about that. He also would like to bring back Hugh Jackman for one last round as Wolverine. And remember, we did talk about that Feige and Professor X himself, Captain Picard himself, had a sit down to see if he could possibly come back as Professor X, maybe in Doctor Strange. I guess apparently they're gonna use the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness to do their craziness. Tarek.
Okay.
So, this is when I know you're not a fan of none of this stuff.
No.
I know you're not a fan of this stuff, but it's a wish list apparently. So let's see what he can actually do. Randolph added that Feige's focus is adding Jackman to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So Jackman is particularly fond of Logan and his clean performance there. Besides his age, there's a significant reason for him not reprising the role. However, he was told that Feige's way of dealing with that situation was to have this Wolverine from a different universe than Fox's Logan. thus keeping its continuity intact. Now, he wouldn't be the MCU Wolverine going forward either, as Feige needs a younger actor for succeeding movies. The multiverse, after all, means several alternate realities, and that's when things get weird and confusing for the regular people. And I know you agree with me, Tarek. How do you feel?
Don't ever say it. Don't ever. First of all, Speedy, I love you, but don't ever say I agree with you.
I know you fly concurrent with me in some things. There you go.
Yeah, in some things. Listen, the multiverse. I like the idea of
It's a
dropping
sticky, slippery slope.
I like the idea of dropping Logan gem, like somewhere in the multi-universe. Like, oh, look, this Logan.
Like an Easter egg or like a little.
Yeah, a little. They did it well in X-Men First Class.
Yes.
When he went to go see Logan, he was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And that was it. I like that drop.
Yeah, I did. When, the bar, right?
The bar, yeah.
Yep, I did like that.
I could see that in a Marvel film.
Right.
Man, I mean, we don't know. We just don't know. Like, it's a weird thing. We just don't know. Because we don't know what a Vision and Wanda is going to bring us.
Right.
We don't know what Loki's show is going to bring us. But I understand they want to introduce these characters. But, man, the whole idea of, I think it's leaning towards an idea of, like, what if the X-Men existed in a different universe?
Right.
That whole idea of mutants existing in a different universe, I don't necessarily like.
Yeah, I think it's lazy. I think it's lazy storytelling, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think it's like, well, we have to introduce this.
And multiverse done.
My hope is that the externals are the explanation for mutants.
The Eternals, you mean?
Eternals.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah. There is a group called the Externals. For nerd reference, there is a group called the Externals.
Yes, there is.
That has to do with the Age of Apocalypse, but we're not here. We're not here nor there.
Not even there or here.
Yeah. But I think that's lazy. But I wouldn't mind a drop. I wouldn't mind a drop from Logan. Saying, hey, maybe even if he says like, I'm a mutant, your problems aren't my problems, and they move on. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I guess it's got to be some hell of a storytelling execution to make it happen. I'm if anybody's able to do it, I think Kevin Feige can do it. But man, it's kind of like
so weird to me.
Tom Brady throws a pick six once in a while. You know what I mean?
So weird to me how sometimes you could say Kevin Feige.
Yeah, and then Kevin Feige. Yeah, it's my double personality. Man. Talking about the Black Delegation, I already know how they feel about Jamie Foxx returning to his role as Electro in a quite possible live-action Spider-Verse movie, including Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and the current MCU Tom Holland. Another one of those sticky situations, slippery slopes storytelling. Yeah, I mean they did an animation form, right? How do you feel about it, Tarek?
I mean, they already did Mysterio, right?
The Mysterio
basically broke open that universe,
right?
And I mean, I know people are like so diehard on Marvel. I'm worried.
Yeah, you're worried? You worried?
I'm worried.
Don't be worried, bro.
Trying to tie these things together. Like, the obvious thing to do for Spider-Man is to Sinister Six, and they do it well.
Right.
You start multiversing and being like, listen, I don't think it's prohibitive that Jamie Foxx could play a different version of Electro.
I don't think so. Just like we have the different version of J. Jonah Jameson in the movie. He's
yeah. You don't have to tie it. You're right. You don't have to necessarily tie it into the previous movie or to the previous Spider-Man. I think it is prohibitive to him to play Electro again.
Right. Do you think another lazy, be a lazy storytelling moment that they say, okay, we're gonna do the Sinister Six, but to introduce the Electro character, here he is, the Electro from the other universe, and plop him
I
in.
don't think that's be the case in this instance. I think
Interesting.
that you can do that and
Hmm.
say, hey, this is Electro now. Like we're redoing Electro, and we just thought he was really good at it. I don't think there's so much of a memory of Amazing Spider-Man 2
Hmm.
where he nailed the character so much that it's like, okay, well, he can only be the one to be Electro. I think you can pull it off.
Yeah.
So
How's the
let me say that about that role.
right?
Like I think he can be Electro without me thinking of him being the other Electro. I think
Right.
only a certain amount of nerds are going to be so hard that he was the other Electro.
Yeah, and it wasn't that great of a movie anyway. That a memorable Amazing Spider-Man 2. That you know, I think they'll care about the way he looks now and or the color. I think they were talking about him being still blue and all that stuff.
I mean, I think all that's fine. Electro doesn't have like a he has an outfit, but his
Yeah,
outfit's
but
so corny
that's
that you
very
could never do
corny.
that.
It's very comic booky corny. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, you would
not
never be
gonna.
able to do that in a film
Yeah,
anyway.
it's
So
difficult.
it's like whatever outfit you guys decide on, be better than what was in the
Oh
comic.
man, so how's the black delegation feel about that? Because I
Listen,
think he's
I don't know
attached
if I'm
still
even.
to I think he's attached still to a reboot of the Spawn movie as well.
Yeah, I don't
So
know if I'm eligible to speak for the black delegation.
okay,
Just look how I'm dressed.
yeah, that's okay.
I'm in a robe.
What do you think about this live action spy? Obviously, they're working on it. Obviously, that's the goal from all the scoops and everything, and the already announced. I mean, the scoop roles and just the direction it seems that they want to go. Definitely gonna go Sinister Six version of probably quite possibly. Do you think one of the possible stories or plots, should I say, for the possible Spider-Man 3 is that Chameleon is the one who did the video of Spider-Man of
Oh,
Mysterio. Yeah, and they're gonna go a little dark. Like, you know what I mean?
well, yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, I like that idea too.
I like that
And
idea.
then and
I
then
would like to see. I'm gonna be real talk.
right,
As an actor,
yeah,
would love to see Hakeem Woodbine finish Shocker. I would love to see Michael Keaton be Vulture.
right, definitely.
Um, I really liked. Oh my God, who was Mysterio?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I really like Jake
I
Gyllenhaal
think I said those
Mysterio.
same
I
bad.
think I think they think they killed him.
Yeah, I think he's dead. I think it'll be hard to bring him back unless they do another universe thing. You know what I mean? There goes
No, no,
there's
no, no.
that
But
multiverse
I'd be
thing.
curious to see who they made. Who they made into because we haven't seen Norman Osborn or
Nope, we need
Fury.
that. Yeah, we need that. Quite possible. Maybe they introduce maybe it's the Norman Osborn we all know and love. There you go
From
from Tobey Maguire's universe.
Yeah, no, fuck that Norman Osborn. Yeah, that was. I don't know if we know and love
Yeah.
him.
See, I have one of those bad guys is gonna be dropped in like that. I just have
Yeah,
I have that feeling. It's like in the back of my throat. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, and they had a Scorpion too. The
Yeah,
guy,
yeah. We already got the Scorpion. He's the jailmate with Michael
yeah, the guy
Keaton's
was
Vulture.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
I think if you introduce Doctor Octopus
Hmm.
and you have those other ones, and then you put Jamie Foxx as Electro, I think no one remembers that Jamie Foxx was the other Electro.
Okay. Cool.
A good film, like what do they say? Winning deletes all losing.
Yeah.
Like a good film would like eliminate all the bad parts of the previous one.
Yeah. So Jamie Foxx posted on Instagram that hey, I'm back. As Electro, and it had the image of all three Spider-Mans looking at him.
Mhm.
So I think and then he ended up deleting it
Yeah.
from. So I think he dropped the ball there. A little
No.
got too
Jamie Foxx has
excited.
enough star power to do whatever the fuck he wants. Um,
Nah, he made. Damn, I shouldn't have put that up. They probably hit him up. They're like, hey man, that's a little too
yeah,
much.
put that down. Put that down. But I believe it was Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland were like notorious for like leaking stuff by accident.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they still have
So
jobs, so Yeah.
So they're probably not telling Tom Holland anything. They're like, yo, you're in for the next few films. Just shut up.
Well, if he's reading all this stuff like we are, I'm pretty sure he's got an idea already.
By the way, Tom Holland was great in his most recent film on Netflix. He's really,
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but
he's
I see
really
that
good.
it's trending very well on the top 10 of.
He's dope.
Yeah, cool.
He did a great job. Yeah.
Wow, that's great, man. So I'm excited, man. I mean, I like the Spider Verse concept as long as it's done right and they do.
I don't like Spider Verse in the film. I like Spider Verse in the animated side.
Yeah, think they should have just left it like that. Then
I think we should
animated
leave
could
it
have
on the animated side. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they're not doing that. I'm not sure that they're not just saying these things. I like Spider Verse in the animated side, and I think they might do that. I think that they're like floating these other things to mess with us, but I think they'll be like, you know, Tom Holland is the real Spider-Man. I think they'll use that to say, hey, Tom Holland is the real Spider-Man.
Oh, I lost you there. I lost your audio there, buddy.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah, probably is. I think they might go the route of giving a send off to Tobey Maguire, have him have a heroic death, and then his in his universe is the Miles Morales that becomes a Spider-Man.
I think that what they're gonna do is say, hey, Tom Holland is the Spider-Man.
Right.
We're focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
As in comic books, they would say the Earth 616 Spider-Man, and the rest of them are Spider universes.
Right.
And but this is the real one.
Yeah.
I can see them doing that, but I see them doing that more so through the animated portion.
Okay. Very cool. Let's see, man. I just hope it's just done well. I really just hope it's done
Which
well.
they might cast, because we saw Charles Gambino as
Miles Morales in one of the movies, right? He
wasn't Miles Morales. He was the uncle.
Oh, the uncle. Yes, he was the Prowler character.
The uncle.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't quite the Prowler yet. He was just the.
Yeah, and I could see them doing like this whole little crossover with the animated, and then being like, okay, here's Miles Morales in the real world, and saying, okay, I'm Spider-Man now, and I could see them doing that, but I think the crossover will happen more realistically in the animated world. Well, now the Venom thing, I think the Venom will be in the real world.
Yeah, and that's got a crossover with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the all that stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the insider already said that that's happening. It is in the same universe, but it's not gonna necessarily always affect the main plot of the MCU. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for all this stuff, all this new stuff that they're working on. Last thing, we got a casting for Kamala Khan for the Ms. Marvel Disney Plus series. Official. And her name is Iman Vellani. So we have finally got an official Kamala Khan for the MCU for the Disney Plus show that they're working on. And
who's Kamala Khan?
Kamala Khan is the she is Muslim, the Muslim character that takes over the Ms. Marvel moniker that she stretches.
So not Captain Marvel. She's not Captain Marvel.
No, she's Ms. Marvel. Yeah. She takes over the Ms. Marvel name in the comic book from Captain Marvel, who used to be called Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
And their character crosses over, and not crosses over, but is she's an Inhuman, and that's how she got her powers, stuff like that.
She's Tyrion Dust.
Yeah, she's Tyrion Mist. Yeah, that's how she gets her powers.
Yeah, Tyrion Mist.
Yeah.
Well, she's in the video game.
Yes, she is. She's one of the main characters in the video game. The main focus of that video game. So that's pretty much it, man. As far as all the new scoops and everything, man. What have you been watching lately? In the vacation time?
I think I have to give shout outs because I'm not even finished with this last episode.
Which one?
To Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah, man. I need to get into it.
I know it's not superhero stuff.
No, it's science fiction. Yeah, or fantasy.
And fantasy is really, really, really good. And it's strange and crazy and frightening.
And it's dope, man. I need to get into it.
So I got a shout out to it. I'll give you my password on the fly.
No, that's good. I got my ways.
Yeah.
Then I've been playing a lot of Star Wars Star Wars Squadrons.
So you got Star Wars Squadrons, yeah. Like
yeah.
I seen a lot of hype around
Oh
Star Wars
man,
Squadrons. Like,
like literally, I just played the prelude of it. I finished the story mode or prelude of it. It's like a bunch of missions and stuff like that. And it says, okay, you want to keep playing the story and the real story now, or you want to just play online? And I'm like, I don't know what to do now, but I really like the prelude so much that I want to keep playing the story. So as soon as I'm done with you, I'm probably gonna stream on my gaming channel.
yeah.
The actual story and ruin it for everybody because I like to spoil everything for everybody. So
I'm in 2021. I'm going back in. I'm getting the PS5.
yeah,
I'm getting the PS5.
okay.
I'm going to get the Ghost of. I can't say it, the Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get that, and that's going to be my outlet from now on. Instead of actually having a dating life.
Wow.
And things to do. I'm gonna do video games. I understand where you come from now, Speedy.
You gotta disconnect, man. Gotta go to another universe, bro. Or just be in a game that you can just kill people and murk people for no reason,
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about you, but
run them over,
Yeah, I think I'm going to PS5 definitely, and Ghost of Tsushima is a game I've highly recommended. But and then the new Spider-Man game is gonna have Miles Morales on it. So
oh yeah, that's dope, man. Shout out.
Yeah,
I know you saw the Puerto Rican flags. The Puerto Rican delegation is hype about that already.
The Puerto Rican delegation is hype.
Yeah.
The Puerto Rican delegation should technically be American, but I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from.
Yes. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for that. I still have the original Spider-Man here staring at me. I haven't even started yet.
The original? Oh yeah, the one from PS3, from PS4.
PS4, right. Yeah. I still got it here looking at me. So I need to do that. I got something hot in my email right now, Tarek. Iron Mask trailer. Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger duel off a new action movie.
Email.
Yeah. How do we feel about this? Should we run this? Yeah. Should we run this trailer live on the show?
Run the trailer, dude, so I can criticize it.
Hold on, let me. I gotta hook up here the.
Oh, now you can share screens. Yeah. You can share them. Oh, it was your boy. Okay.
Oh, okay. There you go. Let's see here. Oh, now gave you permission to share the screen now? I am going to share my screen. I can share my screen. It's just I can't give. I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, I know who you are and what you do.
Come on, bro. Don't treat me like that.
No.
Don't treat me like that. What else have you been watching, man? Besides that, you're all in right now.
The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys, man. I need to catch up. I'm a little behind.
It has become amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's an amazing show. It may be the best show on television. I know Game of Thrones is still probably my favorite show. Or The Wire. And people get mad at the way Game of Thrones ended, but for 8 seasons, it was great.
My wife, for some reason, has revisited and continued to watch The Walking Dead.
I watched the last episode. The last season wasn't bad.
Yeah. Oh, man. Are you ready for this, man? I don't know.
Yeah, you got to watch the shit. I've seen it. You got to watch it.
Oh, okay. All right, we're running it.
Yeah.
The Master is held prisoner in Tower Grey Prison.
I like that actor. I forget his name, but I like him.
No one has ever escaped. Anyone who can get to the top is free. Who is next?
Oh.
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
You look better this way.
It's funny.
I owe you my life.
I'm going east. Come with me.
My village has changed. Something is very wrong.
She's an evil witch.
She's an evil witch or a bitch?
Witch. I need to say witch.
My people are suffering. I must help save
Oh,
them.
what happened there?
We need my father's seal.
swear to find her.
It's a perilous journey, filled with dangers.
Why do I feel like I've seen the? Oh yeah.
Great fighter.
You are very strong, Hugh. Can you help us?
Frightening, but quite impressive.
Kill him.
This is like a new take on the Man in Iron Mask.
Yeah.
Well, with some kung fu. Right?
Yeah.
Where's the dragon?
I am the dragon. Interesting. How you feel about it, man?
Listen, whenever Jason Fleming's getting higher billing over Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
it's a pretty good movie.
Which one? Which one? Sorry.
Jason Fleming got higher billing off of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was not top billing on this
No,
film.
he wasn't. But
Um,
you know, I'm sure. I mean, he's just doing things now because he likes it, or he's bored.
Yeah, I think they're both bored. But, you know, I mean, these types of films, it's like, what do you want from it? You want Oscar-winning
Right.
performances? No. I just want the action to be good. It's
Right. It's a
I
money grab.
recently watched again 47 Ronin with Keanu Reeves,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, this is a pretty good film. This is 47 Ronin. This is what it should be. It was
Right.
pretty good.
Huh.
So,
Well, I'll watch it. I don't know if I'll watch it in a
I-
movie theater, but
I think it's worth watching. You know what I mean?
that 2021 date. I didn't even look at. I didn't even wait for the date before I stopped it.
Yeah, it was 2021. It's probably not worth COVID. Probably
No,
not worth
probably not.
risking COVID. Or, you know, you got to
Yeah, you got to make calculated risks in life.
figure out, you can't go to Regal anyway. You can't go to Regal now anyway.
Man,
Regal
no,
shut
man,
down.
Regal shut down. So
you-
is that a permanent thing, or that's just they're shutting down all operations till 2021?
Till the middle of 2021, from what I understand.
Ah, okay. Because
So
the
you
way
gotta just
the
wait
way
and see.
the way that they're writing the article is like they're going belly up.
Yeah, don't let the media scare you.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, I think AMC is like, okay, we'll ride this out until.
Like
But
th-
Regal,
then
like, no, we're shutting down.
Then I saw another article about AMC saying that they're only liquid for like another 6 months or something like that. And I'm like, well, how are they spending money?
They're not spending money.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I know: the theaters make money off the popcorn and the drinks.
Right.
That's where they make the money. They don't make the money off the licensing of the film.
Right. Exactly.
So if in January everyone's like, we feel safe, we're going back, they'll make their money. They'll start to make their money back.
Fair enough.
But what Regal is saying is like, it's not worth us paying to license your film to have 20, 30 people in the audience each time we show it. And we're paying you each time we license. The previous deals aren't valid. That's what they're saying. Yo, the previous deals aren't valid. It's not worth it. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a touch and go situation. Definitely. Let's see what happens. You know, I hope everything goes well and we're able to, you know, interact normally again and people are not scared anymore and, you know, we can keep enjoying the things that we like, man. Tarek, I know you're on vacation, but you know, I know you're always working on something, so let everyone know how they can follow you and all that good stuff.
No, don't follow me. I'm so 1 week away. Do not follow me until after the election.
After election day is getting ugly right now.
I'm way out there.
All right, fair enough. You can always follow me at DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. Follow us, Geek Culture Congress. That's 3 words on Facebook. Give us a like on our Facebook page, Geek Culture Congress. On Instagram, at us at Geek Culture Congress, all 3 words all together. Our good friend Joy Franchise runs that for us, and he's on vacation in Puerto Rico, enjoying life. Yes. And hopefully next week he'll be back, and we'll all be back, and we'll be talking about more scoops and more enlightening things happening in geekdom and fandom worldwide, right here on Geek Culture Congress. Thank you, Tarek, man. Thank you for coming in, man, doing the show with me, brother.
Yeah, I'm in a robe, Bill. I'm half butt naked.
That's okay.
But I'm here, dog.
As long as you're here, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. All right, my man. Be cool, okay?
Peace.
All right, later. See you, everyone.